It's bourbonblog.com live. We're live on a Saturday night with Cigar Saturday. We got Matty Rock there and Sanj and Patel next to him there at Sanj's. It's our pleasure to welcome Ben Stimpson, Managing Director of Tobacco Media Group, joining us from, you're in North Carolina, right?
Raleigh, North Carolina. Yes, sir.
All right. I love Raleigh. Great place to be. So what's happening, gentlemen? How y'all doing this evening?
Doing good. Hey, thank you.
Go ahead, Ben. My bad.
Everybody.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say thank you for having me on. It's Halloween weekend.
Yes.
I'm ready to have some fun. We're in some great company. I got a nice drink here, so it's a good day. It's going to be a great weekend. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother.
It's like a adult trick or treat. Do you all ever get any trick or treaters at Sanj's? Do you ever see any stop by?
Yeah, actually, we have an old tradition that we buy tons and tons of candy, and whatever they could grab with two hands, that's what they get. We normally spend $35,000 to $5,000 on candy. If you look at the old post, and we also do the best dressed costume for the criteria is you have to be under 5, and if we select
bullshit. I deserve to. It's bullshit.
If you selected, any kid, we give them $500.
See, this is the way I don't like it, Sanjis. Number one, I've been banned for the candy thing. So just because I'm big and I have big arms, I don't think I should be persecuted. And number two, I've gotten kicked out every time for trying to join the 5 and under. So I love you, Sanjis. A little bit of bullshit if you're asking my honest
I just want to see a kid in that age group dress up like Matty. Put a fake beard on with the hair, the
absolutely.
Sweatshirt. I mean, I think some kid should come around dressed up like Matty Rock.
It would be terrifying. I mean, that would be terrifying. They'd be asked not to show up at places, I'm sure.
So Ben is here. As you all are watching this, make sure you like this, retweet this. It's so important what we're talking about today to help support the tobacco industry. Ben's going to be talking to us about his tobacco media group. But coming up first, it's only in a few months. In fact, I see on your website, it's like there's like a countdown, only a couple months away. It's the Tobacco Plus Expo. And make sure you visit this site right away. Share it with your friends. What is the Tobacco Plus Expo?
Great question. So the show Tobacco Plus Expo. So, we've been going now for over 10 years. We started out in Las Vegas, and we continue to be in Las Vegas, which is a great venue for us. There's plenty to do. We've done a great 4-day event. This year it's going to be, or I say 2022 of January 26th to the 28th. So if you get a chance, do come out. Tobacco Plus Expo. We have the premium tobacco guys there. We've got everybody from, your Drew Estates, your Davidoffs, your Tartas, down to your, aging room to, any boutique company that you can think of. In fact, last year we upped it about 85. We were up about 85% on exhibiting for the premium cigar sector. So as you can see, the growth over the last couple of years has been great. So we have premium cigars, tobacco, cigarettes, vape, CBD, alternative. It's kind of that one-stop shop for everybody in the industry. We get a lot of the DTOs that come out. We get a lot of the guys that are carrying cigars and have walking humidors, your smoker friendlies, and we get a lot of the wholesalers, distributors come out. But more than just bringing buyers and sellers together which is what we do. We bring together the industry's buyers and sellers. Last year, we had a record over 3,500 registered buyers to the show, which was insane. It was the first. In fact, check this out. So we were the last show back in Las Vegas in 2020, in January of 2020, and the first trade show back during COVID. They shut down all the trade shows. We were the first trade show back in May. We had to push it out to May. The first trade show back, man, and it was hurdle after hurdle, but we pushed through, we persevered, we put on the best show, and it was the best show in the history of the company. So, yeah, it was a great show. But if you love cigars, you love tobacco, come out to the show for sure.
Well, that's something really cool that you were the last one really, as any trade show goes, of all trade shows, you were the last to be in Vegas and the first one back in Vegas. Is that right? Did I get that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Of all trade shows. That's something really, shows, I mean, yeah. You should have a plaque up someplace near the Welcome to Vegas sign. I mean, that's something. I mean, seriously, are they doing anything to honor you with this? I mean, obviously they are by I think you deserve some sort of
Mario
reward.
to do a photo picture of him, put him up.
Hey, I'd
so
love
cool.
to. I'm down. I'm down for that. You know, it's kind of cool. It was kind of cool because leading up to it, you know, we started getting all these calls from the local TV, News 5, News 8. They were like, "Hey, can you do an interview?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then before you know it, we got to the show, and it was crazy because all the TV shows, because it was the first show back, and they wanted to see whether people wearing their masks, and we made it the safest show. One of the biggest priorities was we have to be safe. Have all the sanitation stations. We had a thermal heating system as you walk through the door, so everybody was heat temperature checked at the front door. You had to wear a mask. You know, we took it seriously. So the TV crews came out, they shot, and they were just like, "Wow, this is great!" And it brought back. Cool. It brought back. I think the economic impact was over $14 million. It brought back just in those 3 or 4 days, which for Vegas was huge. So it was a good show, man, and we're proud of it. So yeah, thank you. Yeah,
that is so cool. And now you'll be back in January.
I got to tell you, Tom, they crush it. It was like we were talking even a little bit before the show. You go out there and you feel it's such an inclusive show. Everybody gets there to go to show who they are, what they do, what they represent. And it's one thing to just say that, but after going, I think 7 of them already, it's something to say that you feel it. So Ben and the crew do just an absolutely remarkable job of doing that for such a big show. It actually has that very comforting feeling of it's a smaller, more boutique show. So that's to be able to pull those two things together, to have it feel like that, but be so such a big scope in nature. Can't tell you how awesome that has been. And I think everyone in the industry loves you and proud of you for it.
Well done. That's a remarkable feat. I know leading up to the pandemic, but especially now to do what you're doing and to continue to bring it back. Again, it is Tobacco Plus Expo coming in January. Again, the goal of the show. Tell us about, you know, as far as there's trade shows out there. What do you hope that your trade show does that's unique? And I know it already does that, but you know, for those watching that are in the business, what do you hope it really achieves?
Yeah, so we're a strictly trade show. So trade, we hit the business to business, no consumers. This is strictly trade. So for us, it's kind of it's like an extended family. So we like to bring everybody together so that they can see the people that they get to see probably, you know, a few times a year at the trade shows. We have great networking opportunities. As I said, last year we rented out Dre's. We had the whole entire upstairs of Dre's overlooking the Bellagio. We had a great party. So for us, really, we're trying to bring buyers and sellers together, but we're also trying to create new opportunities for new business. To get together, see some of those you know, faces and friends and partners that they haven't seen for a while, and just really connect everyone in the industry. Yeah. You know, it's amazing that you find how many people pull together when they have a common goal. At least you have something that you work towards. And for us, for COVID, and the last show was just getting back to business. That was it. That was our motto. Let's get back to business, man. Everyone was sitting on the sidelines for so long, and we knew, even though we actually got our occupancy to 100%. I think it was 21 days before the actual day of the show. Wow. We always knew we were going to put on a show regardless. So, you know, I would say just bringing the industry together and, you know, having a good time.
Yeah. Now, when you look at what it looked like in May, as things have been coming back in Vegas, to what it will look like in January, I mean, what are you looking forward to about being back in Vegas?
Well, being back in January, the weather's a lot cooler. That's for sure. That's number one. It's terrible walking around in May.
2 years ago when there was snow. It was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
I didn't do well in my shorts, Tom. Let's put that. They're like, you do know it snows sometimes in Vegas, and now I'm like, well, my shorts said I don't. So yeah.
And you just wore the shorts anyway, huh?
I did. We know I'm a little bit touched, so yeah.
There's never a dull moment with Matty. I remember you walked in, you rocked that. It was like $1. You had the dollar bill suit from head to toe. Do you still have that?
Oh, we have some fun coming up for January. We have fun. You know, I don't like to recycle too much stuff, so I might have a little new razzle dazzle in the pocket, brother.
I like that.
Speaking of razzle dazzle, we just spoke about art, and then I just want to introduce you to our local maestro of the art world, Mario.
How are you, Tom? How are you?
Good to see you, brother. How are you?
Yes, sir. Of course. You guys.
Mario.
How's everything on your end?
Good. It's good to see you. What are you up to today there at Sanj's?
I'm just relaxing, man. You know, just a little decompression. You know, being a school teacher is can be quite a challenge, as we all know, and an artist as well. So I'm just decompressing and trying to gather my thoughts. I'm working. I got some new little projects coming up. I'm looking forward to going to Art Basel in December.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. Even the fact that it was shut down last year because of COVID. So I'm thinking it's going to be from what I'm hearing and seeing from artist friends of mine who are actually going to be exhibiting down there. I think it's going to be quite a show this with that stuff. And I'm so glad that TPE's back on. I know Matty Rock's going to go over there, steal the show with his what's it called, exclusive costumes that he puts on.
Yeah, with his, he's going to maybe take some
The
shorts
sad
this
part is
time.
people think that that's not how I dress every day. So I'm not sure whether I'm happy or upset.
What's Mario gonna be showcasing at Art Basel? Any thing that's we can look forward to you showcasing there?
As of now, no. But again, with the art world and just connections or a gallery or anyone sees my work, they're like, hey, would you like to exhibit? So right now I'm just focusing on building a new solid series of works. And if the opportunity arises, then I'll be more than glad to, but I'll definitely keep everyone updated, obviously, on my social media, my website.
Yeah, and I want to put that up there for everybody to see, mapstudios.co.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Make sure you check that out, and some great art. I've been enjoying the art now and hanging in our house, so thank you so much for that.
Nice, of course, anytime, Tom.
Anytime. We were just showing some friends that last night, talking about you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good to see you, Mario.
Yeah, you too, likewise,
Hey,
guys.
Mario.
Yes, sir.
Mario, I got a quick question. So for the first time ever last week, I was down in Wynwood.
Oh, Wynwood, yeah.
Blown away. Dude, I was blown away by the art. It was unbelievable.
I call Wynwood the Williamsburg. I call Wynwood the Williamsburg of Miami.
It is.
It's every wall is covered with artwork. That's why one of the reasons why I go to Art Basel is to refuel myself. Because every time I go, I come back more and more inspired. As you can see, even Tom will tell you, Matty will tell you, my palette has changed in the last 3 years. My color palette, using more vibrant colors, just bringing more energy. Because in the times that we're living in now, the world needs it. And I'm creating feel good art. That's what I'm creating. And somehow, some way, bring some healing to the people that need it. Through art, which is my vessel.
Find a package it's not torn and bring it into.
Yeah.
So, as a matter of fact,
well, we hope.
That
go
art,
ahead.
influencing that art, Mario is going to go bring in one of the packs. So he's actually going to be part of Mario of Sanja's new cigar launch, and that art is going to be instituted into the wrapper. And as Ben knows, when he was down with my homie Mr. Jonathan Drew, and obviously you can see where all these things come together. Anything that's artisan in its nature, right, always finds a way. We all gravitate to each other, whether it's fine wines and spirits and tobacco and art. They always find that way to come together, right? And I think that makes it special. So Mario, as Tom has seen it, but you have not been. So this will be the new label for Sanja's SP14. So
that's beautiful. Nice.
So we get to talk about actually instituting the into the art and product. And that's what we do every day, right? So if you don't have artwork or visuals, sometimes your products, even if they're great products, could hurt because the visuals aren't bringing them there, right? So you ever need somebody to talk to about art, you now have them in your Rolodex, Ben.
It's incredible.
Hey, man, I'm making some connections today. This is good. We've got some bourbon. We've got some art. We got a new cigar guy. This is great, Matty.
We got it all right here.
That's what it's all about, baby. It's all networking. We talk about it's all networking with good, like-minded people who appreciate the arts, who appreciate the artisan way of life. And like I said, that's what we've built the show around. So the show really encompasses our friendship with all different people. And much love to you, Ben. I've been proud enough to know you for almost a decade now. And like I said, we're all blessed to be together on this journey. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Ben, it's also a pleasure meeting you. I'm very grateful because one of my dreams was, and one of the things on my bucket list was to do a collaboration some way, somehow within the cigar industry of either designing or being part of the visuals when it came to a cigar. And, the opportunity arose and I'm absorbing it. I'm taking it all in. There's going to be some minor tweaks to design, as always. As an artist, you're never satisfied. So every day I find something where I can perfect it even better. That'll make more of an impact. But I'm grateful, and I've been following TPE. Matty Rock has told me what it's all about, and for an event that's so large and of the caliber, I mean, you guys do a wonderful job, man. The organization, everything is just. Hey, kudos to you guys. You're doing a hell of a job, Ben.
Yeah, you really are. You're doing such great work.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and again, everyone check out tobaccoplusexpo.com. There's so much more that the Tobacco Media Group does. What do we want to talk about next? Do we want to talk about the magazine, or what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, we can touch on the magazine. So look, we have a pretty unique business model. There's a company, TMG. Our parent company is Phillips & King, who's probably the largest or second largest distributor in the country. So licensed in 50 states. Our business model works like this. So the magazine is our branding vehicle, right? And I've actually got our last issue, which we had with Sarah Santos, who's the president. She runs Cigars International. And oh my goodness, what a beast she is. She's phenomenal. So the publication, it's a trade publication. It goes out to the entire industry. That's our branding vehicle. We then bring those buyers and those subscribers to the show for a 4-day frenzy of buying and selling. And then through our parent company, we can distribute those products. So, but the publication, it's a premium cigar publication. As I said, it hits all the premium cigar stores, all the tobacconists. It's a great book. It's been around 15 years now, and we've taken it over the last few years and really kind of just given it a whole new facelift. I would say the difference between our publication, Tobacco Business, is, we try to tell the behind the stories of the entrepreneurs, the people behind the business, but we make it fun and interesting. And then we kind of prolong that throughout the year. So, a lot of publications where you get the branding is your push, and then the story for us is the pull. So, hey, how do you get the product seen? And then how do you help them get the brand exposure and sell that product? We do that through our editorial. So, and as Maddie said, Antoine Reed is our editor-in-chief, he's phenomenal. He's a good guy. He's been with us now for 5 years, and he's won a bunch of awards. You've probably seen him around doing a lot of stuff on social media. He leads up our editorial team. So yeah, we use that as our vehicle to make sure that all of our customers who come to the TP show, we help them, expand out to other states and other cigar stores.
Excellent. And again, this is a magazine that you can subscribe to. You can look at the articles online by visiting tobaccobusiness.com. It's for the industry, but you probably have a lot of enthusiasts that subscribe to this as well, don't you?
Yes, we do. We have a lot of cigar enthusiasts who do subscribe to this. However, being a strictly trade publication, we don't make it totally open to consumers.
Right on. And I think we still
lost you on video, brother.
Hang on one sec.
Yeah, no worries. He's maybe looking at another app real quick to everybody's blowing up his phone because they're watching him. They're saying we see you live now, and he's back. So
and the publication is
sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine. We got you.
And the publication, much like Ben says, what makes it really, really cool is that everybody talks about, right, when you talk about any business, KYC, know your customer. So this kind of makes it cool. Now you really get to know your brand owner. It's going like all Warhol. This is like Mario stuff. You've been flipped in all different directions. This is like art Warhol. It's like an art Warhol moment. Well done. See, Ben's like, I'm going to show you guys.
I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of strange. It's almost like I'm being visited by some sort of spirit here. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a Halloween bug. I don't know.
It's Halloween.
This works.
I love that.
It's making me feel sick. Hang on one sec.
It's all right.
Guys,
all right.
This works. Right now, the ghost of Dondi's looking down. Warhol is like, Warhol appreciates it. See, Ben's like, look, I do all this, but I know a little something about art. Let me show you some visuals. Well done, sir.
Hey, tell us down below what y'all are sipping, what you're smoking tonight. Just comment. Make sure you like this, retweet this. We can't thank everybody enough for nearly 2 years. Maddie and I have been doing Cigar Saturday, and really just not too far into that, we started having Sanj on most every episode. I know Sanj early on was a guest, and so is Mario, but we appreciate the whole family of Cigar Saturday helping us grow this. So keep on liking this, sharing this with your friends. What are you all sipping and smoking there? Mario, Maddie, Ben, what's everybody having?
Well, we'll let Ben start off.
All right.
All right. So I have the Grand Reserve. I was down in Florida, actually, Wynwood last week, and good friend Jonathan Drew from Drew Estate gave me this beautiful bottle of 2011 Puro Uno Malbec Grand Reserve. So that's what I'm having tonight, along with the champagne, the Perdomo Champagne 10th anniversary, which is a great smoke. It actually pairs really good. Smoke. It's not too bad at all. Yeah.
Great smoke. I like that one. We had that one at our event there in Newburgh, New York, that we did at Handsome Devil, and I so enjoyed that. What are you all having there, Maddie and Mary?
Mario, you're up.
I got the Steve Saka Sobremesa. Great smoke. As you look at that beautiful ash.
Thanks. I've been working out. Oh, he means the stick. Never mind. Hey, you have to go for the compliments, even if you have to drag them out, Tom. Just got to do it. And I am smoking, since we were just talking about Sanja stick, I'm smoking the Lancero size of the SP 2014.
Yeah.
And Tom, you've been lucky enough to smoke those. Ben, you will have those
so good.
In the mail to you for your smoking pleasure. And like I said, I leave the bougie drinking up to you guys, because I'm having a peach iced tea by Starbucks, no particular vintage. So whatever Ben and you are drinking, Tom, are probably better. So we'll let you delve into the adult beverages.
As long as it's today's vintage. I can't wait till Starbucks starts vintage dating their coffees or their teas. We may have just given them an idea. Maybe they will start
never
doing
get 10% of them, though. They're too big, man. The machine is too big, brother.
They might not do that. I am trying Spirits of French Lick. It's what Alan Bishop does so well. This is a limited edition rye whiskey he finished in absinthe barrels, so it tastes like it really tastes like a Sazerac, because Annabelle, my wife, was making some great Sazeracs last night. I am pairing that with the Liga Number 9. Great pairing. I love the Liga Number 9 with a good cocktail. Real good bougie drink.
That sweetness goes together perfectly. Yep.
Yeah, it's so good. But we're all trying something good, and we're talking about the Tobacco Media Group and what you all have done so well for so long. TobaccoBusiness.com, Tobacco Plus Expo. What else do we have coming up that we might want to talk about, Ben?
Well, we have the trade show, which is obviously our biggest and best. We have the publication. I think next year for us, really, one of the things that we realized in probably the last 12 to 18 months is a lot of companies consuming their data differently. They're streaming their data differently. But one of the biggest things that we have a feedback that we're trying to change this year is the education. So, around the cigar, around the growing, around the tobacco, where it comes from, the 300 or how many processing steps it takes to get that product from seed to shelf. So we're going to spend a lot of time next year out in the field, visiting a lot of the factories, visiting a lot of the fields as well. We got a good couple of things coming up with Willie Herrera on blending and tobacco as well, which is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait for that. And then if we can get out to the Dominican and some of these places, kind of go behind the scenes and just kind of show the industry, how these products that we sit and enjoy, how they get on the shelf, and just everything about them is so unique and so particular that it just makes it so good to enjoy. So for us, I think next year's the educational component, sharing that with the industry, and also giving people an opportunity to share. I mean, look, not many people know that a product like this ends up on the shelf. The shading of the leaf, the tobacco, the curing, the whole entire process is crazy. And I think if people can understand that, they would appreciate these a whole lot more. So,
yeah,
absolutely. Everybody gets that a whole different respect. Anywhere from 80 pairs to 100 pairs of hands are on that product before it gets out to you. So you really understand the craftsmanship. I know that Ben will be out with us when Drew Estate fires up Nicaragua again, and we do our Drew Estate cigar safaris, and basically showcasing just what Ben said, literally from fruition to finished product to everything in between. So you literally get to see it from seed down to final product in the factory. So once you get that education, the respect aspect that you have for the product, I mean, really soars. So when people go, why does this cost this, or why is that? You really get to see it, understand it, and know what it took for that product to come to fruition and get to a shelf.
Yeah, absolutely. You're doing such great work, and as it all continues to come back for all of us, it's something so important to support both the Tobacco Plus Expo and also Tobacco Business Magazine. You can find right there so many great things you guys have coming up. But it sounds like it's going to be, you predict probably one of your biggest shows in coming up in January, right?
Yeah, I mean, last year, as I'd mentioned it, last year we hit record numbers, attendance. We sold out, in record time. This year we beat that. We've been above. So, for us, we're expecting even greater things this year. And I think you'd asked the question earlier. What are one of the things that we're really looking forward to for this January show? Well, last year in May, we didn't know we didn't know if anyone was going to turn up, who was going to turn up to the show. You're in the height of COVID. We worked tirelessly with the state of Nevada, who were great in the Las Vegas Convention Center, to make sure that we put on a show. And I think this year, as things have got back to some normalcy, I think we're going to see a lot more of these guys come out and enjoy the show who wanted to be there, but they just didn't make it. So I think we're going to set some more milestone records this year as well, for sure.
Yeah. I agree from being from the outside of it, looking in, and I know everyone's been talking about it. Everybody's ready for it. Everybody already knows that's the beauty of something like this. At the end of the day, technically, when you go, you're working. This does not feel like work. The way that everything is set up, the camaraderie and everything else, you're working, but you're having a tremendous time. And I think those two things together, especially what's been going on in the world the last 16, 18 months, makes it even more important. Everybody getting to be back together and everything else. For the last 2 years, Tom, we've been talking about this, and at the end of the day, things that we took for granted is togetherness and being able to talk over a cigar or fine spirits or something else. And now we know not to take those things for granted anymore. Right. So now when you have a show like this and everyone really gets to be together under the same roof and be able to talk business while being in an environment that's so much fun and party together. I mean, it's huge. There's no other way really to describe it.
One of the biggest things for us, and I think the industry, everyone was going through change, whether you're in the cigar industry, whatever industry, and everyone had to experience some sort of change. Everybody had to pivot. But for me, it was about the team, man. I tell you what, the TMG team, phenomenal. And there was things that we learned about ourselves that we didn't know. There was aspects that we had no clue what we were going to face. But it was, I think we stood back at the end. And when we actually had the show and we put the show on, after the show, we stood back. And together as a team, we grew so much. Everybody figured out what their role was. Everybody pitched in when they needed to and pulled off the show. So as much as I'm sitting here saying it was a great show, it was the 15 to 20 and beyond that, people that really, really made the impact. So.
Yeah, without a doubt, you guys have done such a great job, and can't wait to join you for one of these events, my friend. Maybe we'll even try to get out there in January. We'll do all we can to support this and continue to have the conversation. And the Tobacco Business Magazine, again, tobaccobusiness.com, and also Tobacco Plus Expo. Take a moment once again, like this, share this, and make sure you tell all your friends in the business and that love good cigars about this. It's so important to support. Thank you so much for joining us, Ben. It's great to virtually meet you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, I got a question for you guys.
Yeah, please.
I love. You've seen so many different shows pop up, but I love what you guys do. And knowing Maddie and now obviously getting to meet you, you obviously love doing this, and it's great because you give entertainment, but you also educate people on the bourbons and the cigars and artists and different people in the industry. So what brought you guys together? And right now, what's coming up for you guys? I want to know what you got coming in the next couple of months.
Well, I think what brought us together, like I said, is camaraderie and family. You know me long enough, Ben, to know how I feel about stuff. People you enjoy being around, people you enjoy sharing things that you enjoy together. I met Tom a couple of years, I think 4 or 5 years ago at one of the other local shows in Vegas. Came together. Tom was with one of his partners in the business. Just the way that they held themselves, just the way they did their business, just the overall knowledge that these two gentlemen had of going over it. I mean, people were like, people were blown away. So first thing in my mind is like, I mean, these guys are masters. You can tell they're good people. I want to make sure that they sit entrenched in the DE booth for a bit and talk to people and share what they do with people and share that passion of the bourbon and spirit world. And like I said, besides just being a great person, Tom's knowledge and passion for what he does shown through immediately. And for somebody like me, for a way out there guy like me, it was an important thing to have somebody that, made an impact like that, literally like that. And so you take all those things and you put them together. I'm like, Tom, I'm going to be a pain in the ass and you're going to be sad about this, but we're probably going to be friends for a long time. So, after he wears glasses because, when the tears came down, he's like, I've heard that macing this guy doesn't even work, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. And he's a hugger. He's just a goddamn pain in the ass, but I'm going to fight my way through it. I'm going to deal with Matty and his madness. And then, the evolution came there. Tom had already been out on the road all over, not just the country, but the world, promoting education, promoting bands. I've obviously been doing promotions. I'm getting old since I'm 16 years old for 3 decades. So I've been doing promotions. Yeah, I'm getting old. So, 15, 16 of them with tobacco and everything else, but with the background of music and art, modeling and everything else in the promotions, just natural progression. And then we got to this point that, like I said, our rapport is so good. You have your expert on bourbons. I won't consider myself an expert on tobacco, but I've been around long enough to know what I like, to know what I enjoy, to understand product and everything else, and to understand the culture. So for us, the natural progression was like, hey, people are usually out. I'm on the road. I was on the road 120 days a year, much like Tom was. And to have that come to a screeching halt, literally, where you pump the brakes, where I was connected to a desk, which was the first time I rode a desk that hard for almost 2 decades. So it was kind of weird. It was kind of new, but everybody, of course, to some extent, was feeling the same way. Like I said, simple stuff. Guys sitting together at a lounge talking to each other over spirits and a cigar, that was gone. It was decimated. So we decided, hey, what's the next best thing that we can do to kind of be together when we can't? And here we are in the evolution of technology and Zoom and conferencing, and Tom and I decided to always keep it actually a variety show. And by that, we're just not honing in on any one particular thing. There's a whole world out there. Some of our friends, like we've had musicians, people that we knew were hurting too and needed to be in front of people. Right. We've had like Ted Poley from Danger on to talk about, he'd been on tour for 30 years, and to and to pump the brakes and to not be out there doing what you're doing. And we had wrestlers, you have somebody like Andrew Anderson out there for 26 years, sometimes on the road for 250 days a year. And it gave us all the opportunity together as a collective to discuss some of the challenges of the new world. And I think it always makes people feel better to talk to each other about things like that, to have the camaraderie, even though it's in the digital world, talk about what they're doing and what's going on. And so that had been our natural progression. And the world is obviously starting to heal, which is great. People are getting back out there. We're doing events again. But this has been a great gateway, and we get to spread the knowledge, the fun, and have all different walks of life on the show, and all different types of people, just to show how much there is in the community that maybe you've been missing. Maybe you weren't that much into art before, or maybe you didn't know about wrestling, how to body slam somebody through a table, things like that. Knowledge of things that you should learn, and that's how we grew. And like I said, it's great to be able to do this and to be able to be out there and in front of so many different people without actually being in front of them. So that's kind of the cliff notes, the progression of all of that.
That's right. No, it's been such a pleasure to grow this with Matty. The last almost 2 years we've been doing Cigar Saturday, and so many of y'all watching now have been there for almost every episode. Looking forward to it on Saturday nights. We're going to continue to keep it interesting, and thank you all for making it so special. And I'm still hosting virtual tastings, so definitely drop me a line and let me know if your business, your company, your group wants to do a virtual whiskey tasting. We can pair it up with some cigars as well. Drop me a line at Tom at Bourbon Blog, or if you just want to say hi and talk cigars or whiskey, And I'm back out on the road now too. And in the next couple of days, we're going to have some news dropping about an international tasting group of master classes I'll be doing in London. As I know, your home country there in England will be back in England here in the next month or so at the JW Marriott in London. So some news coming. Be watching on Bourbon Blog. We'll be dropping that news.
It's secret.
That's great. Secret.
And you know
secret
what? I may or may not know about it, but I can't even say that because I'm cheap. Like if you PayPal me like $4 and change, I might tell you. I might not though. might hold out for a 10 spot. It's hard to say. And speaking of social media, Ben, what's the best way on social media platforms that they could see what you and the rest of the crew are doing and watch what's going on, brother?
So we're just simple. So Tobacco Business and TPE, Instagram at Tobacco Business at TPE, Tobacco Plus Expo. Sorry, you'll be able to find that. Log on. We got all the dates of the show coming up, all the parties that we've got going on this year. Which, if you guys were there last year, we took the whole entire Dre's nightclub. Had a phenomenal evening. Three actually it was supposed to be 3 hours. It went over. But it was a great show. This year we're going to be doing it even better. We have the industry party at the SLS Hotel. The host hotels this year, we have the SLS Hotel. We have the Virgin Hotel, Richard Branson, another British. There you go. And then we've got the new resort, which is the World Resort Hotels, which is also going to be one of the hotels where we're going to have people staying at. So between those three, find yourself a place. Come out, check it out. It's going to be a great show. January the 26th to the 28th. And it's the first tobacco trade show of the year, every year. And that's why we hold it in January, because, and here's the thing, the progression with the cigars, and this is one of the USPs for the show is, a lot of the tobacco stores, they're putting the product out in the spring, early spring, summertime. So manufacturers are getting their products out. Our show allows you to get your products in front of buyers so it can be on the shelf in the summertime, right? So when you're sitting there and enjoying whatever you like to drink and whatever you like to smoke, the product and the new products are out there on the store shelf. So I think that's one of the biggest things for our show, having it early on in the year. So come out, check it out, and check out the website, www.tobaccoplusexpo.com.
Both of those websites, one more time, tobaccoplusexpo.com and the tobaccobusiness.com. Ben, I look forward to hopefully seeing you real soon, and thanks for hopping on tonight on Cigar Saturday Live. Thanks for everybody for watching the show. And I hope everybody has a great Halloween weekend. Lots of trick-or-treaters at Sanja's, hopefully grabbing tons of handfuls of candy.
Yeah, that's a sore point. I've been disallowed from that, but thanks for reminding me, Tom.
Because would you just grab a bunch of handfuls if you could? Is that what you would do?
Well, I would if I could. I have, that's why I can't. So, I've effectively been banned.
Could probably hide them in the back of the hoodie there, and walk out of there without anybody knowing.
Suspiciously very New York. I'm very proud of you, Tom. That's you got a hood where you could throw some of that candy in. Very. See, Tom,
I could just picture
Tom's the smooth side of the cool side of the
I've learned where to hide stuff.
You have plenty of places you can hide that candy. Very well done, sir.
We've got to always figure out where to hide the flask.
I can picture Matty Rock. I can picture him dressed up as a spider, has 10 hands, and every single one's going in at the same time and grabbing a handful of candy. That's you, buddy.
I feel like that's something that's
5-year-old,
and I owe Ben 10% of the candy proceeds because that's fantastic. Yes,
thank you.
I could see myself.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
So I could have bail money for Vegas. He hasn't put it up yet. I've been asking him for the last couple of years, but I feel this is going to be an epic show. So Matty Rock appreciates your support. So if there's a bail thing up, you should probably subscribe to that link.
But will you wear shorts again? Is the question.
Like I said, that was a little surprising. Come out, I'm like, oh, it's snowing, and I have 8 pairs of shorts with me. I was like, yeah. But it being me, nobody was even remotely surprised and just kind of shook it off. It's kind of what he does.
Yeah. He heard it was a desert. That's what he said.
No, I thought it was dessert and I'd be eating, so I didn't even think about the rest of the part. I put in the extra, like, there'll be dessert. I'm on my way. That's what I do.
Hey, cheers, everybody. Thanks for what do we have coming up next week? Do we know, Matty?
Next week, I will not reveal the location yet, but we will have Mr. Chico Rivas online. to talk about the new cigar evolution and things that he's been creating and working with our friend Mr. Sanj Patel. So this will be live on the road. So this will be cool stuff. They will be at location, which everybody out there will know about it next week.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Have a great weekend,
Happy
guys.
Halloween,
Thank you
y'all.
so much.
Much love. Cheers,
and
everybody.
If you guys want to come out to the show, Tom, let me know. I'd love to get you out.
Thank you so much. Would love it. Cheers, everybody. Much love.
Salud. Much